What's going on, guys? It's your boy Trolltek here for another video. So today we are getting into episode 4 of Moonlight Chicken. In the last episode, Moonlight Chicken? Bro, this name, I'm always mixed up with it. Anyway, I think it's Moonlight Chicken. Episode 4. In the last episode, Wen rocks up to his house and there's some other guy in his bed. He didn't look too surprised. And then his stepdad, because I was mistaken in the episode 3 reaction. I thought that was his dad, like his biological father. That's why they said it took a while for them to get comfortable with one another, because he's a stepdad. But it seems that his parents are divorced. So his stepdad, that's his former stepdad, so not his stepdad anymore, but views him as his dad, maybe because he was really young when they got married. I don't know. But based on what they were saying, his parents are divorced, so it's not really his stepdad. It's kind of just a guy he viewed that is his father at this point. Like, because if his parents aren't married, it's not his stepdad. So he's kind of just like his dad, because his parents aren't married, so it's not his stepdad, but he calls him dad, so that's just his dad at that point. Anyway, so yeah, that was something I misunderstood. And also another thing I misunderstood, people telling me in the comments that when it says part-time or temporary worker on his badge, that was for the chicken shop, not for the the mall. So he works full-time at the mall thing, and then he's got a full-time position, and then part-time temporary at the chicken place. So I got confused there. Yeah, anyway, so Wen comes home, he sees that guy in his bed, who I assume is his ex, because when he's talking to his dad's like, are you still going out with that boyfriend of yours? So I assume that this is the aforementioned ex or like situationship boyfriend. I don't know, because the way Wen answers that, he's like, oh, I'm not too sure. So I feel like he's still got some weird, probably situationship vibe going on with his ex. I don't know if they're still sleeping together. I'm not sure, but there's definitely some drama waiting to happen. So that's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. But yeah, so I guess without further ado, we'll get into episode 4 of Moonlight Chicken. Here we go. So this is officially the halfway point. This is so risky. Like, are they allowed to do this? Because what if the parents just rock up and he's going to get into so much shit if... Because I don't think they had this in mind when they hired this kid. You know what I really like what they're doing in this show, and it's really interesting. It's a really cool little thing that they're doing. And it's the difference between the way these two are exploring their relationship and kind of getting closer versus the older characters. And I think it's a really interesting statement where that first innocent love, it's just so simple, right? It's just, you know, you're interested in this person, you want to be nice to this person, you're interested in them, you want to get close to them, and that's it. There's no like external shit you need to think about. It's just like very innocent and very like, you know, it's very honest. And then you got the older ones, and it's like, this guy's got a situationship, this guy's worrying about his finances, his taxes, his business, and then he's like, okay, I can't get close to someone because I got cheated on in the past, and there's all this extra shit, which rightfully so. That's what happens after a certain age. But it's really cool the way you see the difference of that. And it's like a perfect illustration that sometimes adults do overcomplicate things, whether it's like in romantic relationships or just in general. I think sometimes adults, after a certain age, you can just overcomplicate things, where it can just be something as simple as, I like this person, and then that's, you know, that's all you really need. Obviously there's more to it, but like, I'm just saying generally. Just the difference between their relationship and the rest of the show kills me because he's like so cute, innocent, nice, and the rest of the show is just drama, drama, drama. It's not the most dramatic show. Don't get me wrong. It's not like the, okay, that's a crazy pause. It's not the most dramatic show, but like it's kind of like still dramatic in a way. It's not really dramatic as in like, oh, this is so over the top. It's a very like real type of dramatic, if that makes sense. But yeah, anyway, the rest of the show is like there's all this extra shit going on, and then these two is just like so just chill and like just, you know, because I feel like this show, when it's on other characters, it's like you're kind of, there's this weird tension you're watching because you're like, okay, what's going to happen now? And then when it gets to these two, you kind of breathe a sigh of relief. Almost you're like, because nothing's crazy is going to happen in their scenes. Like nothing like dramatic or like, you know, like nothing, you know, annoying or like, you know what I mean? There's going to be no like weird, like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't explain it, but. And it's just like a breath of fresh air. It's not that I don't like the other stuff. I do, but it's like there's so much more tension involved. So I guess it's because he just rocked up to his place and like it was late, I guess. Because bro doesn't look like he's happy that he's there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he definitely didn't know about this. I've never seen him look this pissed off. Oh, they are roommates.
ได้กูจ่ายเลย
ได้เปล่าวะมึงเลิกโยนความลำบากใจให้กูได้ไหมอะถ้าเกิดไปเนี่ยก็ต้องแก้เป็นแฟนกันอีกอะไม่ชอบ
Is that like his mom or something? The other guy's mom or sister or some shit? Because it seems like that's the vibe I'm getting.
ไปทำงานแล้วนะ
Bro's like the toxicity is just what it's just like emanating from him. He hasn't done anything crazy, but just the way he talks, just the 3 lines he's had so far, I can just sense the toxicity emanating from his aura. Like it's crazy.
Who รักที่มาจาก One Night Stand จะจริงจังได้ไหมไอ้เชี่ยมึงจริงจังวะเนี่ย
Bro's already like, oh,
พูดมากเลยนะ
you got feelings.
พอมาเริ่มที่เซ็กแล้วมันจะเป็นความรักได้เหรอวะ
Oh, it's pretty easy, brother.
เปิดมาก็พีคเลเวล 10 แล้วอะไล่1 ถึง 9กูต้องทำยังไงต่อวะ
Ah, I see what he's saying. It's like we did the thing that you do later at the beginning, and then now I got to figure out how do we, yeah, I that's a really good point. Like, that's why I'm not into like being intimate with someone immediately, because it's like, it fucks up the whole mojo of the relationship with someone, because you're just like, okay, so we fucked, okay, now where do we stand? I don't know. Is this just a one night thing? Whatever. Is this like something to explore? Like, where do we start? Do we go on a first date? Like, how does this work at that point? So I'm 100% I would say for me, it's like a 5th date thing. I personally, you know, I would say 4th or 5th date. If I want to get intimate with someone.
มึงก็เริ่มนับ 1ไงคือมันไม่ดีกว่ามึงไม่ต้องมานั่งลุ้นว่ามันจะเวิร์กไม่เวิร์กเพราะสุดท้ายมึงแมทกันแล้วอะ
Though I will say there is also conversely, if you sleep with one another straight away, there's also the thing of like, you know, if you match in that way, and then that worry of that isn't there, because as much as we don't like to admit it, if you don't match well in intimate situations, then it just doesn't work out. Just is what it is.
มันดีกว่ามึงรักแล้วถ้ามึงจะเริ่มเรื่องใหม่นะครับเคลียร์เรื่องเก่าด้วยนะ
Yeah, and that relate like obviously they're broken up, but you've still got photos of the guy. Like you live in the same like dwelling. Like I don't know, man. I get being friends with your ex. I don't. You know what? I'm not going to be fucking thing about it. I don't get it. There's no world where I'm friends with someone I dated. I might be cordial with them, but there's no way I'm interacting with them as a regular person in my life. It wouldn't happen. It's just like I broke up with this person for a reason. Like, why would I still be friends with them? I think it's the most cringe shit. I feel like whenever someone I'm dating, like I break up with and they're like, oh, we should stay friends. What it sounds like to me is I want you as a potential option in case nothing comes around. So I'm going to keep you as a friend. So maybe in the future I can, go back to you if I can't find anything better. That's what that sounds like to me. Personally, I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it. I think the only situation is acceptable if you have a kid together and then you have to kind of be cordial with one another because you've got a kid together. Right, you're going to see each other. Then maybe I would stay friends with my partner. But other than that, I don't see any situation that it's necessary to happen. Now, here we go. Back to the stress. What's he stressing about now? Oh, yeah, he's still stressing about his nephew, right? Because his nephew ran away. He hasn't come back yet since then. Well, didn't run away, but you know what I mean. Oh, that's why he was staying over at Rich Boy's house. Hart's house. That's so irresponsible, man. I get this kid's got his problems right now, with the whole argument they had, but like, please.
นี่มันห้องส่วนตัวผมนะลุงมันลื้อของทำไมวะสรุปนี้จะไม่เชื่อใจกันเลยใช่ปะความผิดแค่ครั้งเดียวอะ
Look, kid. Show me I can trust you. Do something. Do one thing that shows me that I can put trust in you to not do dumb things. But like, I'm sorry. I know this kid's going through it. He's probably got some trauma from like, I don't know, whatever happened to his parents or something. There's something going on with him anyway. I get it. Don't get me wrong. But getting angry at Jimmy Boy for not trusting you and then you not doing anything to earn trust is the issue here. Like, if I see you smoking in secret, not telling me like that you're not planning to, continue education and just secretly doing this, like trying to research, go overseas and do all this shit in secret. The things he's doing aren't bad, don't get me wrong, but all this shit behind my back, and not as in behind my back as in, I just didn't tell me. He's like, he's purposefully hiding this shit from him. And then being like, oh, you don't trust me. Of course I don't trust you, man. Of course I don't trust you. Of course I don't. Because you haven't shown me a slight thing where I can be like, oh, this kid is doing the right thing. And don't get me wrong. Jimmy Boy isn't all like, it's not like he has no fault in this interaction between the two of them. He does, because he doesn't sit down to ask and like have a conversation with this kid. Like a proper conversation without yelling at each other. But conversely, you can't fault him for being distrustful of this kid. And maybe that's just me getting older, and maybe that's why I understand Jimmy Boy's perspective more in this scenario, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old.
ให้อภัยไม่ได้เหรอ
กูเป็นห่วงเนี่ยรู้ไหมฮะถ้ามึงเป็นอะไรขึ้นมาเนี่ยกูจะทำยังไง
มึงโตแล้วนะลุงดูแลตัวเองได้
ถ้าโตแล้วก็รับผิดชอบตัวเองบ้างจะไปมาไหนมาไหน
there
ก็
you
บอก
go
ว่า
there you go if you are a grown up will say oh I live with this person I'm not coming home let me call them that's what even if it's like a roommate or whatever if I'm living with someone and it's like late and I'm like I'm not going to come home be like oh bro I'm not going to come home boom that's it if you're a grown up that's what you would do sorry I feel like such a boomer on this episode but this kid is stressing me out
กูยังต้องรับผิดชอบชีวิตมึงค่าเทอมกูต้องจ่ายให้มึง
I can see a lot of like younger people watch this and be like on Li Ming's side in this situation. I can understand that. But as you get older and like I'm closer to Uncle Jim in age, right, than this kid. You know, I think if I'm not sure how old he is, but I'm going to say like mid 30s. Maybe late 40s. So it's like, you know, he's like 5-10 years older than me max. Like 10 years at most. So it's like, I understand his perspective so much more, but I'm sure a lot of younger people can look at Li Ming's perspective and be like, oh, I get where he's coming from. I also get where he's coming from. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like one of those things of like, I say like a lot, don't I? Fucking hell. It's one of those things of, I understand where you're coming from, but you're not right in the way you're trying to get the things that you're trying to portray to the other person, if that makes sense. Like there's a more responsible way to do, like show, I said it again. There's a more responsible way to go about expressing yourself. Obviously he's 17, so he's not going to be responsible. He's a kid. I get it. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not just lecturing this kid without understanding that he's a 17-year-old kid and he's going to be an idiot. But I just want to portray that why he's wrong most of the time.
นี่ผมติดหนีมานี่มันก็ยังทำงานอีกไม่ได้เรียน
Interesting.
แล้วมึงคิดว่าชีวิตกูมีความสุขมากหรือไงวะที่กูเห็นมึงเป็นแบบเนี้ย
That's why he wants you to
กู
study.
พยายามนะเว้ย
That's why he wants you to get an education because he's like, we are fucking dirt poor, man. I don't want you to live this life because if you get educated, you can get a good job or do something. That's this whole thing. This kid's brain doesn't understand the nuances of that.
พยายามทำให้ชีวิต
So I am curious about him saying, I didn't want to be born. Like, obviously the fact that they're poor, that's one thing, but it's interesting. Was he like abandoned by his parents or something? Because it seemed like a thing of like the narrative of like you shouldn't have been born is kind of in his head. So maybe his parents abandoned him and then Uncle Jim took him in. So that's interesting.
ชีวิตมึงเนี่ยมันดีขึ้นอยู่นี่ไง
แม่ก็เรื่องของผม จะตัดสินใจเหี้ยๆยังไง แม่ก็เรื่องของผมเว้ย
อย่ามาขึ้นเสียงกับกู
That's what I'm talking about. No, I don't care what you guys say. That's what I'm talking about. Because like, okay, I understand where his issues are. I get his perspective. Do not think I don't get his perspective, but who the fuck do you think you're talking to, motherfucker? No, like, I don't care how right you are. You speak respectfully. I don't care. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, young people. You, like, if you have a point to make, don't be a rude little shit when you're making it. It's all about the way the message is important. Don't get me wrong, but the way you portray a message is equally important. I like to see him standing on business, like. Oh shit. Oh, I don't know where I stand in this situation because it's like Li Ming was kind of right here where he said, stop forcing your dream down on me, which is a good point. That's a very good point. That's something a lot of parents will do, especially parents that aren't in like the best financial situation. That's definitely a kind of thing they'll do because it's like, I don't want this kid to go through what I went through. So there is definitely a layer of like, stop forcing what you think is an ideal life on me, which I think Li Ming is right in this situation. But then I feel like he went a bit too far. It's like, oh, did you really want to do this as your dream? And he probably had other dreams, right? But I think that was the wrong thing to say in this situation, because like you're discrediting his life. You're basically like, oh, why would you, like, this is a shit life. Like, why would you do this ever? Like, who would ever want to live like this? Which, you know, it's a hard job for sure, but I don't know, man. It's like, that's his livelihood, and just kind of viewing it as a second class thing, like, as like, oh, who would do that job, right? Is kind of fucking, that's not a good headspace to have. It kind of reminds me of those people that will like talk shit about like baristas, for example, and be like, who would ever work as a barista? I'm like, how the fuck do you think you're getting your coffee when you go into the office, motherfucker? Like, the thing I never understood with like people disparaging these type of jobs that maybe don't pay the most is like, these services that they give to people are services that these so-called important people are always utilizing, right? Like coffee, for example. They'd be talking shit about baristas as a role, and then they're drinking like 6 coffees a day. I'm like, brother, do you think you'd be able to have any fuel if it wasn't for these people you're disparaging, motherfucker? So I didn't like that, but he's a teenager. He will say dumb things. So I get it. Oh, they're about to have a... Okay. I was scared it was going to be some crazy, like, confrontational scene, but the music came in and I was like, okay, chill. I saw that smile, brother. I saw that smile, Li Ming. Oh, here we go. They're about to have a water fight.
ดูดิ น้ำเต็มหมดแล้วเนี่ย เล่นอะไรฮะ เล่นอะไร
Oh, what if the parents walk in now? I feel like they're gonna like end up kissing or something, and the parents are gonna walk in. And it's gonna be massive drama.
นะ มีอะไรให้ผมช่วยครับ
ลุงไม่ชอบผมหรอ
Okay. Oh, they're gonna have a conversation. Let's go to part 2. I will say, I was just gonna say, I reckon Li Ming's gonna end up like becoming like a, I don't know the official title for the job. It's like, you know, the guys that teach other people like sign language and like communicate, helping communication like between deaf people and not deaf people. I forget the job name for it. There's like a title, but I feel like he's gonna eventually do that in the future. I feel like that's what it's leading up to, because he's learning sign language now, and he's like gonna get in a relationship with a deaf person. We can clearly see that's gonna happen. So he's gonna be like an important thing for him, I feel like, as time progresses. So I definitely feel like they're gonna go in that development, like in that way as the plot develops. I might be reading too much into it, but Here we go.
Surprise!
Surprise birthday?
Happy birthday.
Bro does not look happy to be there.
Happy birthday to you.
Okay, how old is bro? Does it say on the candle?
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
I can't get over how lean Uncle Jimmy is though, because the veins are crazy.
To you. Happy birthday นะลูก
How old is he, bro? I just want to know. Well, at least they're kind of mending bridges a bit. Oh, that's why he called him. That's why he called him. It's a good first step, but I think they still need to sit down and actually talk about their worries within their perspective within like each other's perspectives so they can understand one another. They still need to do that, but this is a good first step, I think, to kind of mend bridges and be able to have that conversation eventually.
ลุง
เฮ้ยฮะโอ๊ยลุงยาโอ้ของกินไม่ใช่ของเล่นเธอไปเอาช้อนมาเลย
That's the smallest cake for like 5 people, bro. That's a cake I would eat on my own, straight up.
เดี๋ยวจานไม่ให้มา
ตลกแดกแล้วมึงจะตัดสิแปลวอ่ะใครถึงตัดอ่ะ ลุงพี่ไก่ป่าฝากมาให้เป็นของขวัญเอาเลยปะ
Oh, the other guy, yeah, the meat, the chicken guy, the one that cuts the chicken and shit, sells it to him. Actually, this is a really, I just noticed this. I just realized this is a really interesting way that they're showing how time is moving. Because the girl, I don't know her name, pregnant girl, she got pregnant at the start of the show. So you see the time like move on to see like when she has a kid, it's going to be like 9 months from the start of the show. So that's an interesting way to do it. I don't know if they did that on purpose, but that's a cool, subtle way to do it, to show the time, kind of time. I can't speak. What's the word? Time moving, basically, without saying 1 month later, 2 months later, 3 months later.
อย่าคิดมากนะลุงวันเกิดทั้งทีอ่ะยิ้มเยอะหน่อยดิSo
the age gap between them isn't crazy, because the way they were wording the age gap between them was like it was a crazy age gap, like 15 years or something. But it's not. If he's like, let's say 28 on the low end and like 29 on the high end, right? Let's say, and let's say Uncle Jimmy is like 35, 36, Max like 38 or something, right? It's like less than 10 years, which after 30 is like fine. You know, I always say age gaps, I don't like when both of them are young, or like one of them is real, like under the age of 25, and then like the other one's over that, and then it's a bit weird. Like say if you're a 21-year-old and a 25-year-old, I still find a bit strange. It's not weird, but it's just a bit like, I don't know. I do hesitate a bit. But if it's like a 28-year-old and a 38-year-old, then I'm just like, it's fine. Because they're both like functioning adults at that point, like proper adults. I feel like that's, yeah. So I don't mind age gaps, but I feel like after a certain age, it's fine to date someone 10 years older than you. Like if you're 30, you date a 40-year-old, that's fine. I'm like, okay, whatever. I wouldn't personally, but it's like, I get it, it's fine. You know, but when you're under 25, then is when I find it weird. Like a 21-year-old dating a 29-year-old or something. I'm like, that's very weird.
Limited edition พูดเลย จริง
What does it say?
ผมเนี่ย
Keep calm and make chicken? Is that what it says? And eat chicken. I was close.
ขอบคุณนะ
You can tell that that is a cheap ass t-shirt. Look how thin it is. Oh. Bro's waiting impatiently. Nah, Uncle Jimmy, bro, you know what you're doing. Bro knows what he's doing. And he's like, oh, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. And then bro's just putting himself on a silver platter. Don't shake your head, bro. You're the one who started it. You could have went to the toilet, got changed if you didn't really want to create any of this energy. Bro got rejected again. Third time's the charm, bro. You just gotta try one more time eventually. But at a certain point, you're just like, okay, how much more times can I try before it's just like, it's weird now. Like I feel like I'm being way too persistent now. At a certain point, so I think he will take a step back. Though, to be fair, he's not being pushy in any way. Like, I think the only times he's kind of brought it to intention was when he was trying to kiss him when they were on the stairs, and then here, like, other than that, he doesn't really push. So I'll give him that. Like, he's not pushy in any way. I think he's persistent in a respectful amount. And Uncle Jimmy's just fucking scared to, you know, try again. Which, fair enough. Like after a relationship, like his last relationship. And I don't think it's a good idea for him to accept the kiss anyway at this point. Like, I know Uncle Jim doesn't know about like the other guy in Wen's life, but if they got together now or something and then he found out about him after the fact, then that's going to be chaos. So I think like Wen needs to figure his shit out with that other guy first before he even tries to continue this pursuing of Uncle Jimmy.
ผมชอบหนังเรื่องนี้มากเลยคุณคุณรู้ไหมว่าชื่อลิงลิงเนี่ยมาจากไหน
มาจากไหนอ่ะ
มาจากชื่อจริงของพระเอกในหนังเรื่องนี้
จริง
Oh, so did he name Li Ming then?
ลีเสี่ยวจินลีหมิงไม่อ้อนจังเลยอ้อนจังเลยครับลุงมันอ้อนขนาดนี้
Interesting.
ไม่อยากนั่งกับลุงปะ
คุณก็ลองเอาขนมให้มันกินดูดิเผื่อมันจะได้อารมณ์ดี
There's definitely foreshadowing for a lot of the plot. I think is gonna, like, even if it's the right person, if the timing is wrong, then it's the wrong person. Or no, he said if the situation is wrong, it's the wrong person. So that's interesting. That's going to be interesting. So it's like one of those, I think it's the idea of like, he wouldn't be with someone because he's, you know, he had such a bad experience with cheating that he wouldn't be with someone that's potentially entangled with another person. I think that's what he's talking about there, like with the fiance and stuff. So that's why I think Wen needs to figure his shit out and cut that other guy off immediately. Otherwise he's not going to end up, getting with Uncle Jimmy.
เหรอแมวเนี่ยเป็นสัตว์ที่เอาใจยากที่สุดในโลกเลยลุงว่าปะ
I've never seen cat food in this
โอ้ย
in this packaging.
จิมโบ
ชิมอาหารแมว ตลกแล้วคุณ
มันกินได้ลุงเอางี้ถ้าเกิดผมลองชิมขนมแมวแล้ว
Oh,
เนี่ย
please don't do that.
ลุงกล้ากินปะล่ะ
เฮ้ยชวนเล่นเลยเนี่ยผมไม่เล่น
I had to do this as a
มากิน
I had to do this as a bet one time. The bet was like it was like eat well, it wasn't really a bet, but it was like, you know, when boys are young, 13, 14, they're like, oh, I bet you won't do it. It was one of those situations, and I ate cat food and I vomited so hard and I was sick for the next 3 days. It's just like, don't eat cat food, guys.
กินนะจิมโบลุงลองกินดูไม่เอา
หาลุงกินดิ
จะพนันอะไร
ลุงกินก่อน
Alan, oh, fuck it. I knew he was going to be a problem.
กินดีกว่า
Like, I mean, he hasn't done anything crazy yet, but like, I know he's just. Right, guys like this make no sense to me because it's like this person clearly broke up with you, clearly doesn't want to be with you, and you're being like antagonistic as if that's going to make the person want to be with you. Like, what? I don't understand the logic behind it.
กูยังทำดีไม่พอ กูพยายามเพื่อมัน กูหวังดีกับมันทุกอย่าง
I don't know what bro did, but it seems like he did some crazy shit because whenever someone says, I don't know what he did, but maybe he didn't do anything crazy, but whenever someone says, I did everything. Wait, what did he say?
พยายามเพื่อมัน กูหวังดีกับมันทุกอย่าง
Everything I did, I meant well. Like this line makes me feel like he did some crazy shit because like whenever someone says I did everything well with good intentions or some type of shit like that, it's always like some crazy shit they're defending. So I feel like, yeah, definitely he did some insane shit just from that line. I don't know. I never trust when someone says that. It's like that common saying, you know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So I don't know. That's made me mad sus though that he did some crazy shit.
กล้องรู้จักคนนี้ปะ
Ah, shit. Oh, shit. Bro's gonna rock up to the chicken shop, isn't he?
งั้นเดี๋ยวผมวนไปส่งลุงที่ธนาคารก่อน แล้วพอเสร็จแล้วเนี่ยผมวนกลับมารับ โอเคปะ
ไม่เอาไม่เป็นไรไก่ป่าลุงเกรงใจเดี๋ยวลุงไปเองก็ได้ แค่เอาเบอร์สูตรรถมาก็พอ
ไม่เอาเนี่ยผมแต่งตัวมาขนาดนี้แล้วลุง เดี๋ยวผมไปส่ง
Bro talking about dressed up. You just put on a shirt, man. Calm
งั้น
down.
รอแป๊บนะ
อาบน้ำปะลุงรีบไปอาบน้ำเลย
อ่ะ
ไป
รอแป๊บนะถ้างั้นน่ะ
ได้
พี่จะเข้าไป
Talking
ด้วยเหรอ
about dressed up. Bro wears some cargo shorts and a sweater. Not a sweater. Like what are they
คิว
called?
ต่อไป
Long sleeve shirt.
A159 ค่ะถ้ารถติดไฟแนนซ์ค้ำประกันไม่ได้นะคะบ้านหรือร้านเป็นชื่อของคุณหรือเปล่าคะ
Oh shit. Don't using
เช่า
his
ทั้งคู่เลยครับ
นั้นสักครู่นะคะ พี่รันคะเชิญทางนี้หน่อยค่ะ
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
มีอะไรให้ช่วยไหมครับ
ลูกค้าไม่มีสเตทเมนต์นะคะ แล้วก็ไม่มีหลักทรัพย์มาค้ำประกัน
ขอดูเอกสารได้ไหมครับ
If this guy fucks him
นี่
over,
คือคุณอารันค่ะ เป็นหัวหน้าแผนกฝ่ายสินเชื่อค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
he's gonna fuck him over.
ต้องขอโทษด้วยนะคะ
ไม่เป็นไรครับ
Okay, so they don't work at the same place though. So he's a bank lad. Works at the bank.
แหมให้มันน้อยๆหน่อยเว้ยเบาได้เบายิ้มหน้าบานมาตั้งแต่หน้าประตูเลยนะ
So the mum knows that he's into he's into
ดูตาคนปกติ
Uncle Jim.
เป็นแบบนี้เหอะ
โอ้โหอันนี้แต่จะเสียใจมากกว่า ถ้าลูกแม่ไม่เคยรู้สึกรักใครเลย มีแฟนให้แม่คนดี
She's like, stop being single already, bro. I don't care if it's a guy, a girl. I don't give a shit. Just bring someone home. She's like, just bring someone home. No, I love her.
ฉันเสียดายความหล่อแกนะเว้ยนะ
มันหาง่ายมากมั้งเนี่ย มันก็ไม่เหงาอยู่หรอก แม่รู้ตั้งแต่เมื่อไหร่อะ
เอาจริงนะ พ่อแม่ทุกคนน่ะรู้หมดแล้วว่าลูกตัวเองเป็นอะไร แต่แม่เจ๋งกว่า
Honestly, I think that's so true. Like, even the most homophobic, like, closed off parents, they gotta know. But then they just won't accept. Like, it's like, you know when you know something in your brain, but you will never accept it because it's just, it goes against your worldview or whatever it might be. Even if it's not, you know, your kid being gay or whatever, or bi or whatever. Even if it's not that, even just anything else like that you don't want to accept, you won't accept. But I feel like parents, even the most homophobic ones, gotta know when they look at their kid, at least if they spend time with their kid and, you know, view their kid as a human, they've got to know, they've got to have some degree of like, this kid's not straight. This kid isn't. There's something going on there. Like, you've got to know. Yeah, because even strangers, when they spend time with someone enough, they get an idea of like, he's giving me the vibes of, you know, someone that's gay or bi or whatever. So like as a parent, if you're a relatively good parent, even if you're homophobic, you've got to know, bro. If you spend time with your kid, I mean, like obviously there's parents that like don't even spend time with their kid at all. Like it's just, they view their kid almost as like a background, like a vase. You know, there's parents like that. So those type of parents might know, but if you spend any amount of time with your kid, I think you would have an idea. The fact that it's this easy, it's this easy, right? And so many parents can't even do this is crazy to me. It's this simple. That's the way you react to it. It's that simple. That's crazy to me.
ได้กับพ่อแกก็เพลงนี้แหละเว้ย
ลุงสวัสดี
อ้าวคุณ ไหนบอกว่าวันนี้จะเป็นคริสต์มาส
Oh, it's Christmas time.
เปลี่ยนใจแล้วอะมาฉลองคริสต์มาสกับลุงดีกว่า
I'm just scared that the banker dude's gonna rock up in any minute.
สั่งของมาใช้ที่ห้างแล้วมัน
รู้จักตะวันออกพรรษา
ลุงรู้จักซานตาคลอสหรอ
แค่ซานตาคลอสอ่ะใครๆก็รู้จักไหมคุณ
I feel a brotherhood because I also went to a Catholic school in high school, like from grades 8 to 11, 10. I can't remember. And to make it the extra step of that is I went to a Catholic school as a Muslim kid. So yeah, it was a very awkward experience for sure. It wasn't like there was like crazy. It wasn't like there was crazy Islamophobia or some shit against me. It wasn't that. It was just weird. It was just a strange experience. It's because like, you know, you do prayers before every class, and the teacher will ask me, I was like, "Do you want to sit outside?" I'm like, "No, I don't give a fuck. I'm not religious either way. I don't give a shit." And every time I had to say it, it was just so awkward. I'm just like, "Can you stop asking me? If I felt uncomfortable, I'd leave, bro." Like at the end of the day, you believe in the same fucking God, so just chill. It's not that serious. It was definitely an awkward experience because like it was one of those things. It's like, you know how white people are so scared of looking racist, so they overdo it sometimes with like just the way they talk to non-white people. That's kind of what it was. It wasn't that it was like a negative like feeling. It was more like it was just so awkward because they were trying to overdo it so much to be accommodating, as it were, and it was just so awkward.
พรุ่งนี้เช้าแม่ทำข้าวต้มไว้เผื่อนะ
Yeah, okay, I thought so. I theorized that she doesn't know sign language because she kept putting notes and stuff under his thing. And yeah, that's fucking crazy. You imagine having a deaf kid, right? And not trying to even learn sign language. That is so insane to me. That is like a kid that just came off the street into your house and has only known this guy for a couple of weeks, decides to learn sign language, but you don't learn it for your own child. Fucking piece of shits. This is why I don't like rich people. This is the most rich people shit. Like, I will say it's really interesting the way that they're illustrating even like the more well off the people are, the poorer the people are, the kinder they are. Like, look at the way Uncle Jimmy is, and like just the kindness he gives to everyone, how giving he is. And then you look at like the bank guy, who's kind of, you can tell he's kind of looking down at Uncle Jim. And then these parents are absolute pieces of shits. Like, I'm not saying all rich people are like that, because like Hart is definitely a good kid, but it's just it shows how the less you have, the kinder you are, the more you have, the crueler you are. Often, like generally, I would say, not all the time, but even when you have a good rich person, it's one of those things of like, how good can you truly be if you are, I don't know, how good can you truly be if you're at the top echelon of society and don't acknowledge that in any way and just think this is the way life is and don't feel grateful for it in any way, because most rich people don't. I think the only rich people that I would say that feel grateful for their position is probably people that came from the lower echelons of society. So working class, poor, and then they get some wealth as they age. Then I think those ones genuinely have an understanding of it. But most of the time it's like they genuinely feel like they're normal people. Like rich people feel like rich people that were always rich, they feel like they're a normal person. Right? Which is clearly not the case. But it's funny. Oh, they ran. I just realized because I forgot that he was trapped and exiled into the house. This might be a problem. Like, it's a good thing that they did this, but don't get me wrong, but like, this might be a problem if the parents find out.
แล้วก็เอากล้วยไข่นะครับผสมกัน
Because at most they'll just tell him off and lock him back in the house or whatever. But him and Uncle Jim might get into a lot of shit because they're powerful in the community. You can see, because based on the way other people were talking about Hart's dad, he seems to be powerful in the community. So it's like, this might fuck his business over even if they get caught. Like, this is a good thing he did, don't get me wrong, but Hart's parents aren't good people, so they won't see it, the good of this situation. What were they eating? kind of looks like the top layer of like, or the bottom layer of like a baklava, but like raw. I know it's not that, but it looks like it. I always feel like a blasphemous when I say this, but I'm Turkish, right? Background, at least. I hate baklava though. I don't like it. It's so sweet for no reason. Not that I hate it. I could have maybe one bite, but I always regret the bite. It's just too sweet, man. I wonder how long he's been trapped in the house, because we know he hasn't always been deaf. It was an accident happened and he became deaf. So I wonder how long it's been since he was kind of allowed out. So I've noticed an interesting thing. He's not like looking to go, like, I don't know, he probably still wants to go overseas, but he hasn't been researching it lately. So I wonder, is his relationship with Hart a reason for that? Where he's like, I think he's going to have this weird thing of like, do I actually want to leave this person now? So I think he's going to have that struggle.
Swaddy krab.
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะงั้นเดี๋ยวเราขอไปข้างในก่อนนะคะ
ได้จ้ะฝากด้วย
No, is it a church? I don't know. It looks
ผม
tiny.
ลีหมิงนะครับ อันนี้ฮาร์ดครับ
หลีหมิงนี่ใช่คนที่ทักมาในเพจใช่ไหมว่าจะพาเพื่อนมาหา
ใช่ครับ
นี่อยากลองเข้าไปคุยดูไหมไปเลย
Oh, is it like a thing, an event for deaf people?
ก็จะเป็น
I think it is.
ดู
Yeah,
เ
it's,
งียบๆแต่จริงๆแล้วคึกคัก
ครับ
จริงๆ อยากลองเข้าไปดูไหมล่ะไปใกล้ๆ
yeah, this makes me think that Li Ming's gonna work with like sign language in the future. Like, even finding it's this event, you know, like he probably did it for Hart, but it seems he's got like some interest as well.
เขาไม่ได้ยินอะไรสักอย่างแล้วถ้าเกิดว่าไม่มีใครพูดกับเขา
So it's like you can see the world but can't really interact with it fully, you know. It's kind of like the world around you is almost smoke because you can see it, right? But like when you go to interact with it, it just kind of all falls apart because you aren't fully part of it because you can't hear the world around you when people are saying and sounds around you. Like even something simple as like the sound of cars driving past, the horns, the just chattering in the back. So it's like you're kind of part of the world, but you're not part of the world at the same time. Like there's a layer of the world that you can't be privy to because you don't hear the world. Though I do think there is, there's definitely levels to it. I'm not sure exactly how deafness works, but I'm sure it's not just all deaf people can't hear anything. Sure, there's partial deafness and there's layers to it for sure, but
ไม่ได้เลยครับ บางทีอยู่กับเขาครับ
and then there's people that were born deaf, people that became deaf later. So I think there is definitely layers to the way it works, but generally I think that's kind of what they're talking about.
พูดอะไรไม่รู้จะทำยังไง
เวลาที่เขาไม่ได้ยินน่ะการสัมผัสจะทำให้เขารู้สึกว่ายังมีใครอีกคนหนึ่งอยู่ด้วยแล้วส่วนที่เหลือเนี่ยก็ให้คิดซะว่าเขาเป็นคน
just treat him like a human being.
ไม่ได้มีอะไรแตกต่างเลย
Like I think that's the case for any like kind of thing that someone has, whether it's deafness or blindness or whatever, anything that's kind of like, a different existence to the average human being. I think is if you just treat them like a human, that's kind of a good place to start, I think, you know, in any situation.
คิดว่า
I think, yeah, you just treat everyone like a standard person. I say standard because I don't like the word normal in this situation, because what even is normal? You know, like that's normal is kind of, it's, what's the word? It's, the word normal is very kind of subjective, because for a non-deaf, non-blind, you know, like a standard person, as it were, then that's the normal for them. But for a deaf person, that's the normal for them. For a blind person, that's the normal for them. So I don't like the term normal, but like, yeah, I think treating everyone as a standard person is the, like, that's the foundational line, I think, to treating people. Wait a second. I can't see, right? But is this the guy from My School President? One of the guys in the gang? I might be tripping. I think that's him. It's very blurry, but it looks like him. It is. It is him. Wow. I guess it makes sense because it's all GMM TV, which is a company of actors, I've learnt.
Say ไข่ข้าวมันไก่พวกนี้ดิลุงเท่หรอไม่เอาเพราะไอ้เหี้ยนี่ใช่ปะที่ทำให้มึงทำกับกู
Bro, I was in a good mood. Why did he rock up now? Fucking cunt. Oh, here we go. Bro's like, isn't that the guy I saw from the bank? What's he doing here?
ทิ้งกูแล้วมาเอาพ่อค้าร้านข้าวมันไก่เนี่ยนะเฮ้ยคุณมึงไม่ต้องเสือกหรอวะเฮ้ยมึงใจเย็นก่อนดิวะ
Fucking, so you got dumped and then he fucked someone else and now you're furious. I'm like, brah, that's skill issue. What can I say? Like, you got dumped. He didn't cheat on you. If he cheated, I would be like, okay, I get you being this furious, but he didn't cheat on you. He dumped you and then he fucked another guy. I'm sorry, brother. That's the game. You failed. What can I say? Like, I'm all against cheating, but if you've broken up with someone, then it's free game. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. That's what I always say. It's like, just break up and then fuck whoever you want to fuck. Right? But yeah. You just skill issue, man. What can I say?
มึงก็ตอบดูดิผมเลิกกับเขาแล้วนะลุงเชื่อผมนะคุณกลับไปก่อนเถอะผมอธิบายได้นะลุง
Come on, Uncle Jimmy, bro. Don't do this. Bro, this is probably why I broke up with you. Anger issues, motherfucker. Like, yeah, it feels like this other guy is very much showing early signs of being an abusive fuckhead. And even what the guy was saying before when they were at the gym, where he was like, you might have been trying to do the right thing, but you can't make decisions for other people. That's where it starts, bro. Making decisions for someone, then you restrict what they can do, then you lose your temper all the time. That's where the abuse starts. I'm telling you, it's early signs.
ลงคุณด้วย
Come on, Uncle Jimmy, bro. Don't do this. Bro's like bleeding from his face. I get his traumas though, but like
แต่
fuck.
ชีวิตก็คือชีวิตนะลูก มันไม่มีชีวิต
It's like, yeah, everyone goes through ups and downs. There's always some secret shit going on in the background. I will say Uncle Jimmy needs like a lot of growth, I would say. He needs to fucking learn how to conversate with people, at least talk about this. Maybe it's too soon at this point. Like the wound is very like raw still. So it's like, it needs time to decompress and then they can talk about it. But like, bro really needs to learn just how to have conversations with people. I swear. I get it. He's got a lot of worries and stresses. So I understand, but I'm just saying he definitely needs to grow a bit. Okay. I think they will have a conversation in the next episode. I don't think this will last too long, to be honest. Okay, so that was episode 4 of Moonlight Chicken. So we had the drama between Wen, Uncle Jimmy, and New Bro. Don't know his name yet. So we had that whole thing, and that's going to be a thing that goes on. We still don't know exactly why they broke up, but Wen did broke up with him, so it's like he's not doing anything wrong by being with Uncle Jimmy. So I don't think there's anything to be like angry about on his side of things. I understand you can't really control and be logical about things when you love someone and you break up with them. I understand that, but nothing wrong has been done by any party. And then obviously Uncle Jimmy's still got like his traumas about his past relationships. So I understand that. Yeah, this was a good episode. It was much more dramatic, but like not over the top dramatic. So I think it was a good episode. I'm interested to see where the rest of the story goes. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.